gonna rock it all the way down.
I'm so hard, got the fast suspicious. New cop pocket full, not like who is this nigga? Since a young nigga, streets influence me, nigga. Ain't none of these rap niggas fooling me, nigga.
What's up, y'all? We back at it again with the back at it again, but this time I got a little treat for y'all. This is not DeSade. This is your girl Allofdestiny taking over DeSade's channel real quick, one time. For the one time, like just for a moment. I'm excited right now, can you tell? Like I'm on DeSade's channel, like oh my god. In this video I'm just going to show you all really quickly how I braided my sister's hair, or DeSade. DeSade's my sister. I'm Allofdestiny. I have my own YouTube channel too. Check it out. DeSade, I might put it in the description box down below. But nah, all jokes aside, because DeSade don't do long intros, as DeSade would say. Alright, let's jump right in. Alright, we're gonna jump right in. I just had to say it one more time, DeSade and DeSade subscribers. So I'm taking this braiding hair, I'm going to cut that in half since it's the 84-inch pack or length. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and just feather at the ends. This is pretty much going to help the hair, or help the braid to fade to be super skinny towards the end. Otherwise, your sections, they're going to stay thick the entire time. And that's not what we want. Like, that's not what we want. So this hair that I'm sectioning out right now, placing on the chair, the first piece is really small, and then about 8 to 10 pieces later they grow in size so that the braid kind of grows in size as well. This is DeSade showing y'all her real hair, so y'all know it's real. Like length, honey, length. Look at that. Alright, so now we're going to section off the hair ear to ear, and I'm just going to pin up that top section. I'm showing you all what it looks like. Now we're going to take some edge control. This is the Olive Miracle. I'm using this one instead of my good old trusty 24-hour edge timer by Ebon, New York, because we just want to use this to kind of, after you put that in your parting space, after your initial part, using the edge control pretty much helps to really separate all of the hair from the left and the right, and the part just looks like, goodness, who parted your hair? So yeah, that's why we do that, but we don't want to waste our good one, so just any old edge control will do for that part. My mama, she's stepping in at this point because she like, hold on, I got y'all, it looks like it should go like this, because DeSade showed me a picture. She was like, I want it like this, so I was like, okay, I got you, we're gonna do it like that. So with these two small braids, at first that parting that we was doing, that's how I thought the parting was for that one, but it's not. My mama, she was like, nah, it looked like it's more so like this. So after you make that first part, your two little braids that's going to come forward, they go right next to that ear to ear part that we did. So now after this, I'm sectioning off the hair because we're going to do a large braid, and then between each large braid is going to be a small braid. Right now I'm applying beeswax. For one, this helps to smooth out the hair, and it also helps to keep the hair laying on the side where it needs to be without me pulling it into the braid as I'm braiding the hair, and then your part just ends up all jacked up, you know. So for these small braids, you have two choices. You can either add in hair, like one little small piece of hair, just for the longevity of your braid, or if you don't want to do that, you can just braid that tiny braid with just your hair. But for DeSade's hair, I'm going to add in a tiny piece of hair. And so basically what I'm doing, I'm making my large parting, and then I separate out a really small piece for the small braid. And this will also give you kind of like a guide, because now with me doing those small braids, I can see just like perfectly clear where all of the large braids will be. I'm not braiding these braids towards the end either, because they're going to just get pulled into the large braid, so they'll get secured that way. Now I'm just going to go ahead and moisturize the hair, since it's going to be braided up for a while. You don't want to just neglect it. You also want to care for your hair as you're doing a style. And if you want to leave out your edges, this will be the time to do that before you begin braiding the braid. Once I finished all of the small braids, now I'm going to begin the larger braids. So I'm starting off in the middle. I'm taking a very tiny piece of braiding hair, and I'm just going to feed that into my sister's hair. And as I get further back into the braid, the pieces that I add in get larger, and this is what grows the braid, and it makes it like thicker and all of that. So yeah, and that's very first piece that you take. You really want that one to be small, because you don't want it to be like knots in the front, like I don't know, like 10 years ago. Like that's not what we want. This is, yeah, let's get with it. Small piece in the front. And then you just want to keep on braiding back. When my pointer finger and my thumb, they're kind of pressed together, that's when I kind of slide the hair in, and then I just continue to braid regular. So I'm taking some of this foaming mousse as well. This just helps me to keep the hair nice and smooth, so I don't have to really like go back and touch up anything, and it just helps the braid to last longer. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on braiding back. when I get further towards the end of the tiny braid, that's when I, instead of adding an extra piece of hair, I just feed that piece, or just kind of grab it and you pick that up and you put that in along with your braid. I add in some more foaming mousse as needed, just to keep the hair nice and smooth, because we don't want it to look good one day then the next day it's just like I'm adding in a lot of product to make sure her hair looks good. So that first braid I tried off camera, it wasn't long enough when we put it into the ponytail, like did like a ponytail check. So I'm also feeding in hair the further I go down her braid, and this is kind of different because you don't want that to be seen on the top. So the way that I could kind of explain that is, just for me, in my mind, I envisioned that I was still braiding on her scalp, and I would kind of braid the hair or feed the hair in that way. So I'll show you all a little more of that when we get towards another one of the braids. Moving along to the next braid, moisturizing her hair. Look at that length. Like, come on, DeSade. Come through, length, DeSade. Also, she has a video, I think, of me straightening her hair and all of that. If you all want to see what her hair looks like, all nice and pressed out and stuff for the length, check that out after this one. After, okay? Stay till the end. Loyal subscribers, stay till the end. Okay, so applying some more of that beeswax because I want this to be nice and smooth. If you kind of pressed your hair out very good and it's super straight, then you probably won't have to apply as much as I'm applying. But you just want to, like I said, everything that we're applying as far as products goes is for the longevity of the style, smoothing out the roots and all of that good stuff. So on to this next one. I'm taking a really fine piece of the braiding hair and I'm feeding that in with my sister's hair, trying to keep everything nice and smooth. The next one is small as well, but it's a little bit larger than the first one. So I kind of braid, and then with my pointed finger and my thumb, you can't see my thumb because it's kind of behind there, but they're usually like squishing together, and that's when I slide the hair right in between that, and you braid as normal, kind of like you're picking up the hair. It just gets added right in with those 3 legs. Is it called braiding legs? I think. I don't know, but you get me. So I'm just continuing to add in more hair because since she's going to put this in a ponytail, if I stopped adding in the hair towards the end of where her scalp braids were, then it wouldn't be long enough. Like you'll see towards the end when I show you all how we're going to put it into a ponytail, because we didn't take down that very first braid. So moving right along to one of the other braids, and I'm just kind of grabbing. I think I was braiding her kind of tight, but boom, she ain't really the type to be like, oh, it's too tight. Like if she want her hair done, she kind of sit there and just, you know, she get it done. My mama, on the other hand, that's a different story. But since this DeSade channel, we just gonna talk about DeSade. So yeah, I'm not braided too tight, but in my mind, it's kind of like a thing of, if you want your hair, you know, done and to last and stuff like that, we gotta get it. Like, come on now. Plus, Bone's hair texture, my bad. DeSade. Her hair texture is like thicker, like very, you saw it in the beginning, you saw it. It's thicker, so I want to make sure that I'm really pulling at that root. Like I don't want little wrinkles at the root and then it's braided down and it already look 10 days old. My point is, braid tight enough to where your hair would last and it looks neat, but not tight enough to where you may be pulling out strands of hair or giving a person a headache. You get me? Like, this kind of makes sense. So taking some more of that foaming mousse, just working that into the hair. This for me just really helps my hands to glide through the hair as I'm braiding, and also it really helps the hair to kind of pull together. And so those 3 strands that I have, they, you know, remain 3 strands, and I'm braiding them nice and tight. And also I like to apply a lot of that foaming mousse, either foaming mousse or a softy gel, when I get towards where her hair, like the length of Bone's hair, ends, because I want that to stay within the braid. I don't want pieces of her hair sticking out from the braid. That's not a good look either. So I'm just continuing to add in more hair. At this point, I got her kind of handing me the hair. I forget why. I think we didn't separate out enough, but she's kind of handing me the hair. So you have that option as well. But if you're doing this maybe on like a client or something, I don't know, they're gonna be like, girl, you need to separate out those pieces. I'm not trying to hand you hair and get it braided. Nah, I'm kidding. I've seen a lot of people do that though. People don't usually mind. So finishing off all of the braids in the front, the thing in the back is going to kind of be the same thing. I'm moisturizing her hair as well because we want to care for her hair, not just braid it up without anything on it, and then you take your braids down and it's just all brittle and ruined. It's like, oh my god, what did she do to my hair? So yeah, I actually greased her scalp as well before we began. So this technique in the back is going to be the same. I'm going to go ahead and do the small braids. Oh, you can see me applying the grease to her scalp right here. So yeah, the technique in the back is going to be the same. Most people, they kind of let their head hang down while they're playing on the phone or something anyway. So for braiding the back, it's kind of like you really letting your head hang, like bend that neck, like neck, what is it, chin to chest right now. But yeah, she didn't say she was like uncomfortable or anything, so I'm just like, okay, hang your head down, we're gonna braid the back. And I'm starting off with the small braids. In the back, she's gonna have a total of 4 large braids and 3 small braids in between that, because I wanted to make sure that the size of the large braids in the back was the same as in the front. So that's about how many we were able to do. And this small piece that I'm taking is very small. One YouTuber I watched, a technique and tip that she gave, as far as the hair that you're already holding in your hand, the hair that you're also going to feed in needs to be about the same as far as the thickness goes as those braids. So since this braid, if I'm looking at the size of it, the piece that I need to feed in needs to also be about the same size, meaning you won't be able to see it. And also for the small ones, you don't have to braid all the way to the end, unless you were going to leave them out or something for whatever reason, I don't know. But we're going to feed their hair or kind of add it into the large braid. So you just kind of braid down far enough to where it doesn't come down while you're working on other braids. And then the technique is going to be the same. Make sure your parts are nice and neat, and then we're just going to continue braiding the rest of the hair. I think DeSade don't talk this much of her voiceovers. Let me act like DeSade. Destiny. So now in the back we have 4 large braids and 3 small braids. So now I'm applying some of the 24-hour edge tamer to both sides of the braid just to smooth everything out. This will also help me to really just grab the hair. Everything is nice and sleek. I don't really have to worry about any wrinkles or new growth or anything kind of, you know, making the style look, you want it to look like, ooh, like, girl, like, look at those braids. Also, just keep in mind, this video is not a how-to braid video. I'm giving disclaimers for DeSade because DeSade not getting in this voiceover. This is Allofdestiny. Get it? Allofdestiny. This is Allofdestiny. All right. So yeah, this is not really a how-to braid type of video on feed-in braids, like a tutorial on how to do the feed-in braid. It's more so just like, I did this feed-in braid ponytail on my sister's hair. Check it out. Look at this. But I mean, if y'all want like super detail, leave it in the comment section. And DeSade got y'all. I just know she do. Like, I'm pretty sure she got y'all coming. Like, she got y'all. So finishing up these last 2 braids, feeding in the hair the same way. Like I said, DeSade don't talk that much, but this is Allofdestiny taking over, so I still got some more things to say. Keep the hair untangled, all of that good stuff. After I finish with all of the braids, we're just going to proceed to lay and slay her edges, because your hairstyle is not complete if your edges are not on fleek. And also, while I'm on DeSade's channel right now, disclaimer, I don't think a lot of people know, I did not come up with that phrase. That's my sister's phrase. I just tend to say it a lot on my channel, so if y'all ever heard her say that, I mean, she came up with it, so she can kind of say it. I just kind of borrow it every now and then. So yeah. And then after that, we're just going to pretty much put her hair and like secure it into a ponytail, and then dip the ends, all of that good stuff. We didn't get footage of dipping the ends. I'm not sure why, but you pretty much just boil some water, dip the ends into that. We probably came up, you dip a good amount of the ends, and then, you know, you're pretty much good to go. So that braid that you see furthest to the left, that was the first one that we had done, and we kind of realized, whoa, that one's kind of short, like it's gonna look funny in a ponytail. I was gonna take it down and redo it. Boom was like, no, don't take it down, don't redo it. Use that small braid to wrap it around, and nobody will ever know that it's smaller, like shorter in length, you know. So I was like, that's a good idea. Come on, DeSade, you know what to do. Secure that with her rubber band. Yes, it's yellow. We didn't have a large enough one to get around all of those braids, so we're using the one that came with the braiding hair. But it didn't pop or break or anything during her entire time of wearing this hairstyle. I think it lasted her for about 2 weeks before she decided to take it down. So yeah, securing that with a bobby pin, and now we're going to lay and slay the edges, and then we're just going to dip the ends. Boom asked me to leave out some of her edges. That's what I chose to do. Boom, aka DeSade, aka if you're still watching, put the next aka in your comment down below. And we made it to the end of the voiceover, so y'all know if y'all watch any of my videos, y'all know I get excited about this part. Let's do a mixture of Allofdestiny and DeSade in this outro. Questions or comments, leave all of that down below. Thank you so much, DeSade, for letting me be on your channel. All of that good stuff. I truly appreciate it, and I feel very humbled and honored. If you're subscribed to Allofdestiny, there is no reason why you should not be subscribed to DeSade as well. I'm going to just say that and drop the mic myself while I'm over on DeSade's channel, so you can hear it from me myself. I approve this message and this video. Hit that bell. That's what DeSade say. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on your notifications. Hit that bell. And DeSade gonna talk to y'all in the next video. And Allofdestiny says, I thank you all so much for watching.
I ain't used to have cable, now I get bagel. I come from the bottom, so tell me what you hating for. I'm a young player, folks serve the papers. Now I ride coops, plenty horses like a stable. This right here my come up.